Dear all, welcome to the class of International Economics. So far we have discussed all the concepts and theories related to exchange rate. So there we have discussed what is exchange rate, what are the changes, and how the exchange rate is determined according to different theories. So now the question is, from where we can buy and sell foreign exchange. If we want some dollars, from where we will get it. So today's discussion is foreign exchange market. It is also same like any other market. There is a market for foreign exchange also. So what are the structure of this foreign exchange market, and what are the different transactions occurring in foreign exchange market? So these all are the topic for today's class. So firstly, what is foreign exchange market? It is also known as Forex market. In some of the articles you can see that Forex market. Simply we can say that foreign exchange market is a market in which currencies are bought and sold. So it exactly a market for currencies. What is the need of a market for currencies? We know that all the countries have different currencies. India has rupee, but US has dollar, and some other countries has different. They have different currencies. So if we want to buy some product from different countries, if we are using our own currency, it is not possible. If we are using Indian rupee, we cannot buy some products from US. To buy some products from US, we need dollars. So firstly we need to buy dollars, then only we should use that dollars to buy some products from US. So for each international transactions, there is a need for convertibility of currency. So that's why there is a high need for a international foreign exchange market. Okay. So foreign exchange market is described as a OTC market or over the counter market. Do you know what is OTC market? OTC market, it's a market which trading is happening through the decentralized dealer networks. So all the transactions are happening through the decentralized dealers, not through any official platform, but through the dealers. And also it is not a physical market. There is no any physical market as such. Mostly it will be through the electronic media. So if we want to buy, we can buy by using our laptop or computer or by using our mobile. So there is no any physical place, and also this decentralized transaction is occurring through the decentralized dealers. So this is the features of a OTC market or over the counter market. So foreign exchange market is also a OTC market. So the largest foreign exchange market is London. Okay, and it is also followed by New York, Tokyo, Zurich and Frankfurt. So these all are the different Forex market. In India, the major Forex market is in Mumbai, Kolkata, then Chennai, Delhi. Okay, so these and also some other centers are the major Forex markets. So now what is the structure of this market? who decides and who is the apex body of this market and who all are the participants of this market. The first thing you should understand, the central bank is the, if you're talking in Indian case, the RBI is the apex body of this forex market. So central bank or the any reserve bank of any country will be the apex body of this forex market. So they will decide what what kind of market should work. Okay, so central bank is the upper authority of this forex market. Then under this central bank there are so many brokers. Okay, so the brokers also will deal these matters with the commercial banks. So the commercial bank will have connection with the brokers and brokers will have connection with the central bank. And ultimately the beneficiaries of this forex market that are exporters, importers, tourists, investors and immigrants. So these are the real players of forex market. So these all players will be connected with the commercial banks. They will be dealing with the commercial banks, and commercial banks will deal with the brokers, then brokers deal with the central bank. So this is the structure of forex market. Okay, so ultimately these exporters, importers, tourists, investors, immigrants, these people need forex, foreign exchange. Like most of the cases these people may need dollars if they go abroad. Most of the countries they they accept dollars. So I mean, if some people are coming or some people are exporting some products, so most of the international transactions is occurring in dollars. Or if we want to import some item from US, so we need dollars to import that items. Tourists, if they are coming suppose in India, I mean, so they need rupees to make transactions or to buy some products in Indian market. Okay, so these people are the real beneficiaries of all these foreign exchange transactions. So from where they will get the foreign exchange? From commercial banks. Commercial banks are the major players in the market. They buy and sell currencies for their clients. They may also operate on their own. So they will work as a broker, and also they will work for their own purpose, and they may keep some dollars in their hands. So the commercial banks are the bigger player than the actual players. But exchange brokers, there will be some brokers who connects all these banks, who facilitate deal between the banks. Okay, some brokers might be there. Then as a apex body, as a ultimate authority for this exchange or foreign exchange, that is central bank may intervene in the market to influence the exchange rate. So as you know that most of the countries are following managed floating exchange rate regime. So the central bank has a crucial role in determining the exchange rate. And also they change it, I mean the exchange rate change it from that would result only from private supplies and demand. If exchange rate is purely determined according to the demand and supply, I mean there won't be any role for the government or central bank. So the central bank will intervene in the exchange rate, and they will make the desirable changes in the exchange rate by intervening in the market. So the central bank, then exchange brokers, then commercial banks, then final beneficiaries of this foreign exchange market. So these all are the players or the participants in the foreign exchange market. So what are the function? What is the need for a foreign exchange market? Mainly there are three functions of foreign exchange market. Firstly, as we discussed, transfer of purchasing power. It is a primary function which is a transfer of purchasing from power from one country to another country, or from one currency to another, or from one person to another. Okay, so if we are in India, we might be having rupees in our hand, but if you are going abroad, this rupees may not be cannot be used there, so we need some different currencies. So ultimately what is happening, transferring our purchasing power from rupee to dollar or to any other currency. So it is a transfer of purchasing power. It is the main function of foreign exchange market. Secondly, provision of credit or provision of loan. Who gives the loan? Exporters may get pre-shipment and post-shipment credit. Credit facilities are available also for importers. We need to import some items from US, so we may also apply for a credit or a loan, and we can use that loan for importing purpose. And there are euro dollar market, which is a small what we call it is a capital market, or we can say that the loans are given for the exporters and importers in the euro dollar market. Why it is called as euro dollar market? Because it is a market of securities in dollar, which is exist not in US but in some other countries like Europe or any other country. Okay, so all the securities might be denoted in dollar terms, but it is not in US, in some other country. That's why it is known as euro dollar market. This is the biggest market which gives a credit for the exporters and importers. Okay, so the provision of credit or the loans for the import purpose or export purpose. So this is also the function of foreign exchange market. Thirdly, provision of hedging or speculation facilities. So there are two functions here. Hedging. What is hedging? Hedging refers to covering of foreign trade risk, and it provides a mechanism to importers and exporters to guard themselves against the losses arising from fluctuations in exchange rate. Suppose I can give you one example. I had a pen here, but I am not seeing that. Okay, suppose I can tell like this. Okay, suppose I want to sell I want to export a pen to US, and the price of that pen is $1. So the exchange rate, today's exchange rate, suppose it is 73 rupees. So if I am exporting one pen to US, I will be getting $1, and it is equivalent to 73 rupees. Then I will be getting 73 rupees. Alright. But suppose that today I have made the deal to export one pen to US, but tomorrow suddenly our currency has appreciated. It means that if it is appreciation, it will come down from 73 to suppose 60. Our currency has appreciated and dollar depreciated. Okay, so it became 60. So tomorrow if I am getting $1, but if I am exchanging for rupee, I am getting only 60 rupees instead of 73 rupees. So why? Because there is a change in the exchange rate. So if there is this kind of change in the exchange rate, we can cover, it is like insurance. We can cover our export and imports, and covering of foreign exchange trade risk, which is a risk like this. So it provides, this hedging facility provides a mechanism to exporters and importers to guard themselves against these kind of losses arising from fluctuations in exchange rate. So there is a possibility of losses through the changes in exchange rate. So we can cover this risk through the hedging. Okay, so covering of foreign trade risk is known as hedging. So it might be through different ways, like a forward marker or any other mechanism can be utilized for that. So hedging is covering of foreign trade risk. Then speculation is just opposite of hedging. Utilizing this chance, speculation involves buying and selling of currencies with the view of making a profit. Suppose that I am expecting that tomorrow exchange rate might go up from 73 to 80 rupees. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll buy so many dollars today by giving 73 rupees. Then tomorrow I can exchange it. I can exchange through the Indian rupee. Then if I am getting 80 rupees, I'll be more happy. So it is a speculation. I am expecting that the exchange rate may go up, or I am expecting that there might be some changes in the exchange rate. According to that, I am doing some activities or buying or selling the currencies with the view of making profit. This is called speculation. So this is also another function of foreign exchange market. Okay, so these three are the major functions of foreign exchange market. Firstly, transfer of purchasing power. Secondly, credit facility. Thirdly, provision of hedging and speculation activities or facilities. Now the question is, what are the different transactions occurring in foreign exchange market? The first function or the first transaction, important transaction occurring in foreign exchange market, that is spot market or the spot exchange rate transactions. It is the immediate delivery or exchange of currencies on the spot. I want to exchange some Indian rupee to dollar. So I currently and on the spot I am doing it. In practice, the settlement takes place within 2 days in most of the cases, most of the markets. If I am converting my rupees to dollar, so this transaction will happen within 2 working days. That is a common practice. So it is known as spot market. So it is an exchange of currencies on spot. That's why we will be having spot exchange rate at spot. Okay, and there is a forward market. There won't be immediate transactions. The forward transaction is an agreement between two parties. There are two parties. They are making an agreement. What kind of agreement? Requiring the delivery at some specified future date of a specified amount of foreign currency. Okay, so the agreement is like this: in the future, after 90 days, I'll be delivering this much dollars to you at the price of at this price. The price also will be fixed before. So the transaction is happening after 90 days, but agreement is happening now. That is forward market. Forward means the agreement is happen in the future. Okay, so the forward transaction is an agreement between two parties requiring the delivery at some specified future date of a specified amount of foreign currency. This much of foreign currency will be transferred in the future. That is an agreement. Normally this forward market is happening for 90 days. Okay, there are other possibilities also. So with reference to the relationship with the spot rate, there might be the forward rate maybe at par or discount or premium. So today I am making an agreement for the forward transactions. So suppose that I am making this forward rate bigger than the spot rate. Today's spot rate is $1 is equal to 73 rupees. Okay, so today I am making a transaction higher than this exchange rate. Suppose that instead of 73 rupees I am saying that I can give you 80 rupees for $1 after 90 days, and I'll be transferring or I'll be delivering $1,000 to you. So this can be one transactions. So if the forward rate is greater than the spot rate, it is known as the forward at a premium. Then there is a forward at a discount. If the forward rate is lesser than the spot rate, then we can say that the forward at a discount. Then if this forward and spot is equal, then we can say that a forward at par. Okay, so this is the forward market. So it is just opposite of spot market. Now the future is futures. There are some instrument like futures. Futures is also same like a forward market. The exchange of currency at a specified future date, like 90 days or 120 days. Okay, the transaction will happen after 90 days. But here the focus of contract is similar to forward contract, but the future contract has a standardized features. The contract size and maturity days are standardized. So there will be some kind of standardized format here. There will be standardized contract size and maturity date also will be fixed accurately. Moreover, that the futures can be traded only in an organized exchange, not any personal transaction or not through any dealer. So it will the transaction will happen through any organized exchange. Okay, any through formal market. It is not futures are not informal. It is transaction will happen only through the formal markets, and they are traded competitively. So there will be multiple players in here. So the rate will be fixed according to the demand and supply. Okay, so the difference between forward market and futures market are traded in an organized exchange, but forward market are not traded in an official exchange market. Okay, and there will be some maturity period and contract size and everything will be standardized in futures but not in forward. So these are the differences between forward and futures. Then there are one instrument like options. What is options? This is also a future contract. An option is a contract or financial instrument that gives the holder the right but not the obligation. Okay, so two parties are making an agreement, but the people, those who are writing, those who are the holder, those who are making this agreement, he will have the right to do this agreement, or he will have right to make this transaction in the future, but not the obligation to sell or buy a given quantity of an asset as a specified price at specified future date. I'll tell you one example, then it will be very clear. Okay, me and one another person is making an agreement. Okay, so I am starting this agreement. So I am the holder of this agreement. So I am saying that after 90 days I'll be selling $100 to you at this price. So I am making an agreement with him. So he is also say, okay, I can buy $100 after 90 days. I am also ready for this agreement. But if I want to withdraw from this agreement, I can do it because I am the person who hold this agreement. But it is but it is a right for me. If I want to make this transaction, I can do it, but it is not an obligation for me. Suppose that I want to withdraw from this agreement, I can do it. Okay, so same as futures and also forward, here also one contract is happening. But if the holder of this contract, if he want to withdraw from this contract, he can do it. But if you want to continue with this contract, the contract should happen also. That's why it says an option is a contract or financial instrument that gives the holder the right. I have the right to continue with this contract, but not the obligation. If I want to withdraw, I can withdraw. To sell or buy a given quantity of an asset at a specified price at future date. So an option to buy the underlying asset is known as call option. I can put a call option. Okay, suppose that I want to buy $100 in future, so that it is a call option. It is a buying option. And there is an option to sell the underlying asset is called the put option. So if I want to sell $100 in future, so it is a put option. So there are two options here. Call option, and it is a buying option. Put option, it is a selling option. And if I am I am the holder of this contract, so I have a right to go with this contract. But if I want to withdraw from this contract, I can do that also. That's why it is known as option. I have the option to continue with this contract or to leave from this contract, because I am starting this agreement, okay, with another person. Okay, I am the holder of this agreement. Okay, so this is about option. And there are two other types of options, like American option and European option. European option can be exercised only at maturity or expiration date of the contract. Suppose that I am making a contract for 90 days. So after 90 days, I'll be selling $100 to you. So the transaction can happen only after 90 days, or on the 90th days only the contract can happen, not before that. But American option can be exercised at any time during the contract. Okay, before 90 days also the contract can be happen according to American option. So these are the differences between American option and European option. So I think you got the difference between put option and call option. So call option is a buying option and put option is selling option. All are in future contracts. Okay, and American option European option should happen only at the expiration date or the maturity date. But American option can be exercised at any time during the contract. So these are the differences. And there is a swap operation. This is also another transaction in foreign exchange market. The term swap means simultaneous sale of spot currency for the forward purchase of the same currency, or purchase of the spot for the forward sale of the same currency. Okay, it is a simultaneous selling and buying of the same currency. Okay, I am making a contract with another person. I am saying that I am selling this $100 to you now, but in the future, after 90 days, I will be buying this $100 back. This is a swap option. I mean both selling and buying both are happening. Why? What is the need of it? Suppose that I may need $100 now. I can buy $100 now and I can sell that person that after 90 days I can give you back this $100 at this rate. So this is a swap operation. So simultaneously sale of spot currency and forward purchase of the same currency, or a reverse of that. Okay, this is swap operation. Then arbitrage. Arbitrage is also simultaneous buying and selling of foreign currency, but with the intention of making profit from difference between the exchange rate prevailing at the same time in different market. Suppose that you have noticed the exchange rate of dollar in India is suppose $1 is equal to 63 rupees, and in one another market I mean there are some differences in the exchange rate. So what you will do? Obviously you will buy dollars from one market and you will sell in another market and you can make profit. This is known as arbitrage. It is like just like a product. Suppose that you are buying one pen from, you are buying some of the commodities from one place at cheap rate and you are selling in another places to get the profit, right? Normally trade is happening in that way only. So the same kind of situation is happening in the currency. You are buying some currencies from one place and with the intention that you can sell it in some other place and make profit. It is known as arbitrage. So this is also another transaction in foreign exchange market. Then lastly, hedging and speculation, that I have already covered. Hedging is covering of foreign trade risk. There might be variations in exchange rate, so we want to cover that risk. It is known as hedging. Speculation means there is a if you have an expectation that exchange rate might change in the future, you can utilize that opportunity and you can make profit. Okay, so this is known as speculation. So these all are the different transactions which is happening in the foreign exchange market. For this Divedi can be you can refer Divedi or Ranan Verma will be enough. I think this is clear for you, and this is the end of the fourth module. We will be we can see in the next video. Thank you.